What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Hopefully you guys are doing well. If you guys haven't seen the title of the video yet, obviously what I'm going to be showing you guys on this video is how to build out specific backend automations to essentially implement into your business, whether if it's an AI agency, whether if it's a consultation business, whether if it's a, whatever online business it is, you must make sure that you have these like specific automations in place. Now, I'm not going to say that you need to be overbuilding automations, but you need to have like these specific automations in place, which I'll be showing you guys. That's been, that I've been using essentially every single time in my business, right? So without further ado, I'm gonna stop talking here. I'm gonna show you guys exactly what it is the automations are essentially built out on, and we'll pretty much go from there. So I'll see you guys pretty soon. Okay, cool. So we're currently in Go High Level. Obviously, I'm going to be showing you guys three specific automations channels that I use. One is N8N, of course. One is Go High Level, and then one is Zapier. The reason why I'm only showing you guys three right now, obviously I'm using Claude Cowork as well. I'm using Claude to also build up like a few MCPs and implement automations as well. But that's going to be a separate video. I just want to touch upon like just no code like automation tools. I know Claude's no code, but I just want to show you guys exactly like the automations I built out inside Go High Level, N8N, and then Zapier, so you guys get a little bit more clarity on what you guys can do. So I'm gonna start off. I'm gonna move my camera here a little bit so you guys can see. So the first one is obviously canceled appointments. So I'm gonna be showing you guys exactly how this is built out. If I click in here, and whenever someone cancels an appointment, you want to make sure that you set an automation to kind of follow up with them, right? Like, what was the reason why they canceled in the first place? If they cancel, there's got to be a reason. People don't cancel just to cancel. You know what I'm saying? They have to have a reason. So it's essentially gonna send a notification into Slack letting me know that, hey, someone canceled. This is the canceled appointment. It's gonna wait 10 hours because obviously you want to give them some leeway if they cancel, to let you know if they canceled for some reason or not, right? So after that, then you want to kind of send them an email, just slightly follow up with them, right? So you can say like, hey, we launched our exclusive offer, blah, 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 why you can't miss this, and then just kind of like asking them like what exactly made you cancel, right? After that, what you want to kind of do is just kind of put them into like I don't know what's going on. Well, after that, you want to essentially, come in and put them into like a nurture sequence, right? So it's gonna send me a notification on Slack. I'm gonna obviously ask like what exactly it made them cancel the appointment. And then it's just gonna pretty much send them like nurture sequences until they actually book the appointment again, right? This can be testimonials that you send out. This can be offers as well, but it's a really simple offer. It's a 10-day sequence, so I would just if you guys want to copy me, just let me know. But this is exactly how the automations would pretty much pan out if someone cancels an appointment. After that is done, what we're gonna do is we're gonna come into client onboarding automation. So this one right here is a automated onboarding sequence, right? So it's essentially going to come into here. It's going to send me, so once the form is essentially filled out, so obviously what I do is I have a form. If you guys don't know how to create a form, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, check out my other videos. I'll put in the description down below. Once the form is pretty much filled out, where we have all the necessary information, the details, it's going to come here, send me a message, or it's going to send them a message saying like, hey, congrats, you're successfully enrolled. It's going to send them an email as well with all the instructions. It's going to essentially, send a internal notification as well to me saying like, hey, your onboarding is essentially finished, you're good to go, and it's going to create a spreadsheet in my Google Sheets, just pretty much updating their status in terms of like onboarding, right? So it's going to pretty much automate like their whole information onto Google Sheets, and then just pretty much mark the onboarding as like complete, right? Once that is done, we also have the client onboarding form submission as well. I know there's like 1,961 people enrolled in it right now, but don't worry about that. This is just essentially sending the notification into Slack, right? So what it's going to do is new client form submission, blah blah blah. Whenever someone fills out that form, I feel like I can just connect it into this one, but I mean, if you guys want to connect into this one, you guys can. Email and SMS lead nurture sequences as well. So this is where like, you can essentially create an automation to nurture everyone. So if someone's in, if someone filled out like a form, or if someone's like in the pipeline no-show, you want to or cancel, right? You want to make sure that you just wait 20 hours, see if they book on by themselves. If not, then that's when you can essentially send out like marketing campaigns and sequences, right? So like marketing, email, SMS day 1, SMS day 2, email day 2, email day 3, SMS day 3, and so on and so forth for 10 days, right? Now you can go longer than that, but I suggest not. You can go like 7 days. You can do that as well. But I would, I personally would just kind of suggest sticking with like 10 days, because I've been seeing a little bit more of a higher ROI with 10 days, opposed to like 14 days, which I've tried, and 7 days, which I've tried too. And then after that, you want to do like a Facebook lead form. So I'll show you guys exactly how this one works. You can just connect this to like your Meta ads form, which is really simple. So I'll just come here, Facebook lead form, and then make sure that the form is any. And then add tag. So I'm gonna just add the tag as like follow up new lead. And that's gonna send me an internal notification on my phone, letting me know that there's a new lead come in. If there's gonna be internal notification as well as an SMS for me as well. And it's gonna send out an instant SMS notification saying like, hey, we saw you fill out the form, got your interest, blah, blah, blah. Book on here using this link. It's gonna also send them an email, and it's gonna wait 1 day, and we're just gonna pretty much wait from there, right? Now, if they don't book on, totally fine. We just put them into the email SMS nurture sequence, and that's pretty much it, right? Once that is done, there's also follow-up call booked. So whenever someone does book on a follow-up call with you, so let's say you actually have that initial discovery call, right? Where you get the information, you're on the closing call, but they want to have a follow-up. That's when you essentially book on a follow-up. It's going to send you an internal notification saying like, hey, a new follow-up's been booked. It's going to send out an email to them. Hey, this is, blah, blah, my assistant, your appointment successfully confirmed. SMS, send notification. It's essentially like a sales reminder, but this is just specifically for follow-up calls. You want to make it more personalized for this one, so I wouldn't really go over too board, but this is just what I have, right? So it'll send like an automatic SMS and email, just letting them know that a follow-up is confirmed. I would wait 2 hours before the meeting to just remind them, hey, you're still good to go, blah, blah. I wouldn't honestly send out a notification like putting like case studies and stuff like that. I would send those like case studies out manually if they ask, or honestly, if they don't ask, I'd still send them out manually. And then I wouldn't also send out like a notification saying like, hey, reply yes to confirm your meeting, because you already know that they're gonna meet with you, like depending on how good the discovery call went, right? So that's essentially how it's gonna go for the follow-up call booked. Once that is done, we're gonna come into the other automation. So we're gonna skip this one just because obviously I know it's published, but I barely use that one, to be honest. And then form filled, no appointment follow-up. So let's say someone fills out a form, but they don't book on an appointment, right? So what I typically do is, form, create the contact within the system. I wait 12 hours, see if they booked on an appointment. If not, then, if they booked on an appointment, nothing happens. It just ends right here. If they did not book on an appointment, then, this is like the whole email sequence, the 10-day sequence, in terms of like letting them know that like, look, there's offers, there's case studies, we got client testimonials, just kind of like pressing them to, book on with you because they filled out the form, they have initial interest. But, that's essentially how it works. So this is kind of like the, first email that I sent out. So like saying like, hey, this is Riley from Incendius. We just got your form come our way, but it looks like you didn't get the chance to book in with us. And then, SMS is the same thing as well. So just kind of like letting them know like, look, you filled out the form. I know you're interested. Why not just book on a call with us, right? Once that is done, we're going to come into the other automation here. So we're going to come into, let's just wait for this to load though. Okay, cool. So we're essentially going to come into the form enrollment Incendius, funnel. So whenever someone fills out the form now, this is like the onboarding now, right? So, or I guess, whenever someone, actually, no, don't even worry about this one. I was going to do something with this automation, but I ended up not doing anything. So don't worry about that one. Don't focus on it. I rarely use that. Form submission, no appointment, same thing as this one. Generate leads plus quote email sequence. That's kind of like the same thing as like the marketing. Lead form, YouTube, don't worry about that. Go high level onboarding call to Slack. So this one is sending out like an automated message with like all the details and instructions into Slack, right? So this is kind of like how it goes. And then honestly, the last automation that I have built within Go High Level is the sales reminder. So I'll show you guys exactly how that one works. We're gonna come into, obviously there's rescheduled appointments, sales automation reminders, and then stuff like that. So I'm gonna just click here, show you guys the most important one I use. So typically whenever someone books on an appointment, right? What you want to do is send out an internal notification to yourself, letting them know that a new appointment's confirmed. create the opportunity within Go High Level, send notification into Slack, boom, send an SMS to them confirming their meeting, an email confirming their meeting. I would only send an email to just kind of confirm the meeting. I wouldn't like send out notifications because people barely look at their emails nowadays. So I would do that, and then I would create a spreadsheet within Google Spreadsheets, wait 5 hours, send them over some case studies. Not 5 hours before their meeting, but wait 5 hours after they book an appointment, and then set up an automated like message sequence with like case studies here for them to look at. Wait 14 hours before the meeting, ask them, hey, look, are you still good to go? Reply with yes to confirm. 2 hours before the meeting, just letting them know, like, look here, blah, blah, our Zoom here is, coming up. If you haven't watched the video, please watch the video. 30 minutes before the meeting, just obviously letting them know, like sending another SMS like, hey, your appointment's coming in about 30 minutes. Here's the Zoom link, join, right? So that's essentially all the automations I built up in Go High Level. Now, in terms of that, and for example, like building out my voice agent. So that's kind of like for a separate video. It's not like specifically like on the backend system for my business. All the automations I build out in N8N are like specifically for like services, right? The only automation that I did build out within N8N though, for my clients is if I come into right here, Facebook tracking agent, every single weekend I would just run this and execute the whole thing, and I would just essentially send out like a notification into Slack for my client regarding all of his like advertisement campaigns, right? So that's one. But if you guys want to see how this works, obviously schedule trigger. It could be manually triggered as well. I typically just like it to be manually triggered because schedule triggers usually kind of mess up. Set campaign, boom. I'm gonna blur that out, but obviously you guys can see like the whole thing, right? So that's essentially how that one works. And then I can also essentially send out like automated like messages as well. So I'm gonna come into Zapier for this one for you guys. And then this is also the other automated system that I use to essentially create this automated things in my business, right? So we're gonna come into like Google Form client check-in sheets. So every single weekend I also I automatically send out check-in sheets for my clients to kind of like go over. So whenever like a Google Form is pretty much filled out, it's gonna come into like Google Sheets and like it essentially like initiate it. So like it's gonna automate that without me ever having like update it. Another one is like weekend client check-in form ready, check-in forms as well. So like it's always going to be on the schedule. So as you can see, day of the week 5, time of the day 8 p.m. It's going to send out like a message as well. So if I come here and I edit it, it's going to obviously always send out a message on Saturday at 8 p.m. right? So that's one thing as well in terms of automations. There's so many, honestly, there's like a laundry list of Zapier automations I have within my business. For example, like people who ever like, fill out a type form, it goes into like Slack. Whenever someone fills out like a type form again, it goes into my CRM, which is Close. Close is like a separate CRM from Go High Level. Close is like my dialing. So that way, like my setters and, my setters can essentially see the leads on the system without ever having to manually put them in. Stripe to Slack. So whenever someone when someone pays on Slack, or whenever someone pays on Stripe, it goes into Slack. On Fanbases, it goes into Slack. Typeform, it goes into Go High Level. Whoever fills out like a form, it goes into Go High Level and Close, right? Meta adds to Slack. Like there's so many other automations that I can show you guys for Zapier. Like this is essentially like a whole different other video. And they're all simple automations. They're not like complex automations. That's why I built these specific automations within Zapier. That way, the actual hard complex systems and automations that I built out are in Go High Level and N8N, right? Meta adds to Slack, CSM check-in calls, right? Customer support related questions. So like whenever someone fills out like a customer support, form, it goes into Close, automatically goes into the system. It goes into Go High Level as well. A2P compliance form, AI voice agent to Slack. So kind of like, making sure that it's good. Zoom meetings, right? So obviously, making sure that Fathom meeting note takers are within Slack as well. There's so many other automations within Zapier as well. But I mean, yeah, you guys can clearly see like there's a whole laundry list of just like active automations that are going out within Zapier that I have, right? But yeah, I mean, without further ado, that's essentially going to be the end of the video. Obviously with Zapier, if I were to show you guys exactly all the automations, that were in place, it'd be like a 1 hour video. And obviously I want to keep these videos short for you guys. So let me know if you guys want to see all my automations within Zapier. More than happy to create another YouTube video for that. But I'll kind of like quickly skim through all the automations for you guys, just so you guys can get a little more clarity. So yeah, I mean, I already showed you guys this client offboarding form. So I'll click this. It's really all simple automations, right? It's just like 1-2 nodes. If I click this right here, new sale, new CSM, type form into Slack, boom. And this can be Discord as well. I mean, I don't use Discord, I use Slack. So yeah, I mean, it can go either way. So Ascendias, so like fan basis to Ascendias, right? So whenever someone pays on fan basis, it goes into Slack, into the sales channel. Whenever that's done, meta adds to Slack, right? This one's a little bit more complicated, but new lead comes into here, Slack, it sends a message to Slack saying new lead, it updates a lead, and it creates a lead and close, it updates the contact and go high level, it updates the opportunity and go high level, you delay it, and then you obviously update the opportunity again, and you send a thing, or you send the channel a message as well. Once that is done, I mean, it's all like real simple automations, right? It's not that hard to essentially, create, like for this one, right? Free 7-minute video to go high level, right? Simple type form, it updates the contact, and it's going to automatically send me a message into Slack, letting me know that someone filled out that form, right? So it's all simple, very, very simple automations. I mean, it can literally take you about an hour to just create all these simple automations in place within Zapier, right? So yeah, I mean, that's gonna pretty much do it. If you guys enjoyed this video, let me know if you guys have any questions down below in the comments below. If you guys want to see the Zapier automations video, feel free to let me know. I'm more than happy to create like you guys. I'm more than happy to essentially show you guys exactly all the automations that have been built out within Zapier. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave it down in the comments below. But until then, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.